G'day guys, welcome to Man Cave Tuesday. Hope you all had a ripper week. What have we got going on in this video? Bloody pancakes on the barbecue. We do a walk and talk. Of course, we check out what Nay's up to in the woodshop. Chappy drops something off, that's all I'm saying. Give the old Lifedoo Fire Pit bit of a test run here in the backyard. Got some ramble information for those going on the ramble and just letting everybody else know what's going on. And a little bit of crew update in the whole Patreon bloody swapping over bullshit. Righto, let's get into these pancakes. I'm hungry. Rightio guys, it's the morning here. I've got my bloody morning hair on. Making pancakes. With the old original bloody recipe, straight from the supermarket. And I'll whack some butter on this. So I bought this barbecue just before the whole bloody lockdown shit, just at Bunnings. I actually bought it for when I do the ramble and when we come back here to have lunch, because I've now changed it so we come back here instead of the rest area bloody park thing there. Alright, let's see how we go. So the beauty of this, I think, is that I can now do multiple pancakes instead of doing one at a time. So that when Nay's not going to have it, it's too early in the morning for her to be having pancakes. But now I'll be able to do all our pancakes all at the bloody one time. So now the secret to pancakes, I think I'm slowly learning that, and I should after all this bloody time, you cannot touch these buggers. Do not touch them. Do not try and do the edges. Wait until you've got heaps and heaps of holes in them before you do it. And have the hot plate hot. Rightio guys, so I reckon this one is going to be ready to go, so you can see all the heaps and heaps of holes. Well, could most probably go a little bit longer, but we'll manage this one. Oh no. Alright, see then, once it lands, don't move it. See, now I'm getting impatient. I want to start getting this one, but it's not ready. This pancake bloody business, I tell you what, there is a fine art to it. Right, I reckon we're nearly, come on. So I'll be having, what is it? Steve's maple syrup. Now is this, I think this, it's made in Canada. So it's one of the okay ones. We've already used the really good stuff. No preservatives and I don't know what is it. It need to be short lookers. Natural, original Canadian maple syrup. No, that's a good one. Righto, so I reckon we can get this one going. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, careful. Nice. I reckon we should take that one. Beautiful. And where's that one? Nice. So now the tricky bit now is knowing when, because you can't see the bubbles, there's no bloody bubbles going on here, so how do you know? Well, you just got to go with your gut. And I reckon they normally don't take. Oh, so there's the hot, there's obviously a hot, yeah it is, that's a hot spot. Oh yeah, a little bit longer. So that means this one Ah. That one is done. Now I'm just playing with me food. Righto, let's bloody see how she tastes. Oh, did I? Oh no, I've got a knife. Shit, that butter's mounting. Whack a bit of butter on there, guys. What am I doing? Right over there. Right on there. When I was young, my dad took me and my sister to America. I would have been 7 and my sister would have been 9, I think it was. And we went and did one of those Kentucky tours. And every morning we'd go to the restaurant to have breakfast. And this is what I remember. They used to pack them up high, the pancakes, and then you'd have the maple syrup on the table. Righto. I think 4 pancakes is a bit much, but oh, I need more. Need more around the edges. There we go. Oh, if I have a heart attack in the morning, I'll die happy. What do you reckon, Pete? That's what I'm talking about. Brilliant. Well, there you go, guys. Pancakes on the new Barbie. But the main thing is for the ramble rides. When we all come back on the Sunday, all the snags and that, because we do a sausage sizzle. We don't have to grab all the stuff out of the Jeep and set all that up and then start cooking. I can just come here, turn them on, bang, get them all cooking up. And the other thing that we're looking at doing is the day rides here around all the tracks. I've mentioned it before, and having lunch here at the HQ, the man cave. So that's part of that thing as well. It's only a cheap one, like I think it cost $159 at Bunnings. Bunnings. Righto, guys, I'm going to enjoy this now. Back to the man cave. Rightio, guys, so I've just done a quick drive, a 2-minute drive to the proving grounds. So I'm going to do a quick walk out here, get me bloody exercise in. Ooh, it's a bit of a tight squeeze between the trees. It's all right. Now I'll just find a little spot here to pull up. Oh. Righto, about here. Hang on. Rightio, guys. I'll leave bloody Brutus there. So obviously, I always say obvious. Nothing's ever bloody obvious, you know. So this is the proving ground. Most of you guys will know the proving grounds. It's not far from home, 2 minutes. And this camera's not going to pick it, but it looks really cool through there. It's just mounds after mounds. This is obviously all back from the gold rush days. Pretty much all of Bendigo, I believe, has been turned over. The dirt all around here, I mean, there's Castlemaine, all these, there's classed as there's a golden triangle area, and I don't know what it consists of, but I think Castlemaine, Bendigo, possibly Heathcote, Denali. There's a big area, and it's kind of like in the shape of a triangle, and it was a very heavy gold bearing area. So back in the gold rush days, people from all around the world came here and tried their luck at getting gold. So that's why we have a lot of all these mounds, and Bendigo's littered with bloody mine shafts. Most of them now are all pretty much, you know, caved in and all that kind of stuff, but you still got to be careful because there are ones that you can bloody fall down. So this is now a really good area to come and you know, ride the postie bike or Max, just bloody stuff around in here. Great place to bring a bike to test it out. Only for the slow stuff. You can't do anything fast here. There's not a lot of you know, long straight sections. In actual fact, there's bugger all really. Anyway, so I'll come back to you. So it looks like I don't know what's going on here. A lot of this all looks pretty fresh. You do get prospectors coming in here, and they have a shot. So there's just bloody shaft stuff after shafts. Oh. So yeah, quite often I'll be riding around and you'll see someone's pulled over here in their four-wheel drive and got their gold detector out. Oh, look at that! Well, that's a new one. So, yeah, but where does it lead? Oh, I reckon up through there. Look at that, see? This is why you come and do some walking. I've never seen this. So I could come up through here. Oh, it's a pity. Where the hell do you go? You'd have to go through here. Oh yeah, come around here with the way I bloody came. Wow. Gonna have to try that on bloody Charlie the postie bike. Alright, we'll follow this around. Cool. That's just made me bloody day. Alright. Yeah, I wonder, yeah, Charlie would get up this. Oh, put Jesus. Oh, bloody hell. Would he make that up? There you do it. Yeah, he'll give it a crack. Righto. Oh, that's brilliant. Love it when I find something new. Oop. So it's not much of a bloody track. So I don't know whether this is an old one or something. See, it kind of like goes to nowhere. Or this is something that, or maybe there used to be. Now I'm just rambling, guys. Maybe there used to be. And then as the detectors have, I don't know. Yeah, right, cool. Ah, look at this, this is fresh. So this is kids. Kids, I reckon. Doing that. Yeah, this would be really cool, look at that. Right, eh? Oh, there you go. That's where you have lunch, apparently. So this area is only a small area. It's you've got the industrial stuff over there, housing and industrial, housing, industrial, and just more shit. Gold mine. Oh wow, okay. So the option would be to come from this way and go that way. I don't know whether I could get enough run up to get Charlie up this one. Hoop. Oh. Right. So, and yeah, I know that's the tabletop over there. Cool. So yeah, as you can see, it's just mine shafts after mine shafts. All the ones in this area are all caved in because it's not, something in the middle of nowhere. This is a well frequented, Jesus Christ, that word. Oh, right. So, da-dong. Yeah, that'll make for an interesting video, I reckon. Right, yeah, so there you go. Isn't that funny? That's the tabletop there. But this is the problem. Yeah. People come and do their mine detecting, and if they've just over there, they've put all these bloody rocks. I remember the first time I came up through there on the bike, and used to just go straight through it, and then all of a sudden all these bloody rocks are there. Crazy. Bloody crazy. Well, there you go. Birds are chirping. Righto, I'll leave it at that, guys. I just wanted to do a quick one, and back to the man cave. Now I know some of you guys, I know some of you guys you hear the bird noises, and you like to know. So I was just doing a quick look. So the real chirpy ones are the parrots. Is that a mine? It looks like a miner. Saw the big wattle birds, willy wagtails. The ones, I think that's the wattles, the wattle birds. The real chirpy are the parrots. That's all I can say. I'd need to have my big camera to be able to get it. Yeah, they're so bloody fast zipping around. They're zipping around all over the bloody joint. Righto. Sorry guys, again, I just absolutely shit myself. I was just reversing back out of the park, and I was just spinning around. I was just looking through the back, and then all of a sudden the car just went, oh! Obviously there's a little depression. Where the hell is it? Fucking come on, here to come. Look, coming out front ways, it doesn't feel like much, but yeah, there you go. It scared the bloody shit out of me. I have to have a look. You watch how small this thing is. I bet it's that. Holy shit! Oh, okay. That's what went crunch. So there was a pipe in there. But yeah, that's only a small depression, but I wasn't expecting it. And just on that, yeah, crazy. My heart sunk. Righto, back to the man cave. Rightio guys, let's go and see what Nay is up to in the wood shop. Oh, she's starting to do the distressing. Hello.
Hello.
So, as you can see, there are a lot of Triumph signs. Apparently you had quite a few people going to the website and contacting about
absolutely
wanting it, which is really bloody good. But, now last week we showed you these. Nay's real, I can touch, obviously I shouldn't just go and touch things, shouldn't I? It's dry, is it?
Everything in here is dry.
Cool. So, let me whack this up here so I can get the full.
That one's not clear coated yet.
Yeah, so beware, drop bears. A lot of people will be loving that one, because I know a lot of people always say, drop bears, Mark, drop bears. And yeah, so look at that. So Bells Beach is obviously a famous surf beach in Victoria. More drop bears. Beware the mine shafts. And I reckon they've come up really, really well. I mean, when Nay started first doing it, it was like, oh, geez, you know, it's a bit how you going. But as per usual, you always bloody... Yeah,
look, they're not for everyone, obviously.
No.
You know, you've got to have the right place, but like I think that if you were to hang that in a shed somewhere,
that looks...
or even, you know, anywhere, basically.
Cool as shit. So you've got a bit of a problem. Now let me get the tripod and we'll discuss you have no idea, but I was just thinking about this and I just think the guys would be interested to hear it. Rightio, you got to turn around.
I don't think I want to. You're telling me I've got a problem.
Can you see us? Yes. Okay, so you still have no idea, do you?
No.
Nay has a problem at the moment because the signs, these particular signs, not everything's made out of pallet wood.
No, recycled wood of any sort. But
yeah, but you do obviously new wood as well.
Yeah, I just prefer the old wood.
Yeah, so these signs that she does is normally out of pallet wood, but it's really hard to find pallet wood. No, this is it. This is where I'm getting to it. There's pallet wood everywhere. You go to Bunnings and the backs of places, pallet wood everywhere. But Nay has become a very, lost for bloody words. Come on, can you help me out?
I have no idea.
You know, when you're a fine, she is a fine connoisseur of pallet wood. So this, can I pick that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So obviously the pallet wood, a lot of the pallet wood is buckled and bowed and
too thick and too wide and too thin and
and
it's got to be the right length.
Yeah, normally Nay goes out by herself and comes back with pellets in the back of her stuff, and then every now and then I'll come out with it. And it's just funny. It's like, no, that's no good, not thin enough, no. There is a particular wood, and I don't visually see it, you visually see it.
Yeah.
I sometimes get a little bit frustrated.
A lot frustrated.
It's like, just get the bloody, that pallet looks pretty good to me.
No, it doesn't. And if I do it too thick, then it weighs too much. And
for the shipping.
For the shipping, but also for where people are going to hang it. You don't want something that's too heavy to fall on.
That was like when you did the one for the babies.
Yeah.
That was new wood.
That was new wood, and that was deliberately done to be lightweight.
Yeah, because if it was to fall off, because you don't know how people are going to hang these things.
No,
obviously the hanging that you do is spot on. But if it happens to fall off, you don't want some big heavy lump of wood hitting the kid in the head.
So I'm a little bit fussy, but
yeah,
there's a reason for it. There's a method in my
Is.
madness.
Yeah. So there is a bit of a shortage in Bendigo for her fine aged particular pallet wood that she must have, and if she can't get it, well then there's no signs.
Pretty much.
Alright, thanks for that.
See ya.
Rightio guys, so I have something here. Chappy has dropped this off. It's a motor, it's an old motor. Chappy rang me up and said, Mark, I've got this old motor and I'd like to pay us to build a stand for it and for Nay to make up a sign to go on this thing. Anyway, so I said, yep, look, no worries, bring it over, we'll do the whole social distancing thing, we'll drop this. Anyway, he came over and dropped it over, and when I seen it, because I had no idea what it was, I thought, this is so cool. But then, hang on, let me just show this to you. You ready? Wachong! Is that not bloody cool? So it's a Villiers, I'll grab yours. So it's a petrol engine. Villiers, that's the brand there. Now I think people in the UK may be going, yep, I know that. It's got this Villiers petrol engine. This thing is a Mark 10. So this is a stationary engine. Basically anything you want to run with a, what do you call it? Belt. So you got this thing here, so once it goes, this thing just keeps going around, and then you put a belt on there and lead it to whether it's a water pump or, I don't know, wood splitting or whatever. But look at this. It's actually got a kickstand on it. Now when Chappy first brought it over, I put my hand up here, and then my other hand, I was pushing that down, and it turned over, and the bastard gave me a bloody shock. Chappy thought it was hilarious. I said that's when I should have had the video going. So yeah, that's what it is. So I said to Chappy, I mean, he just came across it and just bought it. I don't know whether it was a junkyard sale or something like that. He just really liked the look of it. He bought it. It's been sitting in his shed for years. And he thought he'd get us. He said it'd be most probably something for Man Cave Tuesday, a bit of content and all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of it, he gets a nice little engine that he can. I thought he was going to stick it in his shed. He said he'll stick it in the house. So I said, have you actually started this? And he said, no, I haven't started it. So I said, well, why don't we clean it up and see if we can get this bloody thing started. I had a look in there, that's all rusty in there. It looks all fine, but I think if we give this a bit of a clean up, the way it got the spark, and I reckon we can most probably get this going. So I think that's what we're going to try and do. So just in Man Cave Tuesday over however long it takes, we'll just keep doing little bits and pieces to it. See if we can get this started. I actually have done some research. I've seen there was a bloke somewhere, obviously most probably the UK, very similar to this one. He couldn't get it started to start with, and then it started, had it going. So I did some research. So on here, it's basically in Ballarat. So this was made in Ballarat, Victoria, in Australia, by Villiers Australia. Villiers, I can't read it anyway, Australia. So I thought it was an Australian made thing, but it's actually not. Villiers is UK. And I think it was like back in 1890 something, Marston, and there was something to do with Sunbeam. There's a whole, I ended up down this big rabbit hole. But the heritage of this is motorcycle engines, for Christ's sake. So I was getting a bit blown away. I'll have to do a bit more research and I'll try and relay it. But if you do a search for Villiers, Villiers Station Engineering or something like that, you'll see there's a Wikipedia page on it. And apparently Marston wasn't happy with the way the pedals on the engines or something, and he sent his son to the US to find something and a way of manufacturing, and they did, and blah blah. Anyway, it just goes on from there. A bit crazy. Now, Villiers Australia is still operating. The Ballarat one got closed down in 1970. There's a site for Villiers Australia. And what was the thing? So they have generators, water pumps, and you can see where how this motor has just modernised, but it's still very much the same. But in their About Us, they said they're based in Sydney, yet all their contact details everywhere is in South Australia. And they'd actually noticed on the About Us, noted on the About Us page that they were power something tools. I did a search on that. And it looks like just last year they've gone into insolvency or something like that. So maybe they were in Sydney and now it's gone. I don't know. But yeah, it was quite interesting to see. So there you go. This will be showing up in the Man Cave Tuesdays. Try and get it running, and then we've got to build a nice stand for it. And Nay will do a sign, which will mostly have the Villiers logo on it. We'll do something pretty fancy. The other thing is, if we do get this going, I was saying to Chappy, well, why don't we actually make it functional? I first was thinking that we could put it on this stand and then have a light, and if you started it up, the light, but then we'd have to get a generator, what do you call it, alternator or some bullshit like that. And I thought, well, cars have, or the older cars maybe, have the fans that run on a pulley. So maybe we could build something off that had a car radiator fan and then just put the fan belt around, and hey presto, what do you reckon? Let me know. Rightio guys, just want to do a quick shout out to these new crew members and these crew members that have moved up a level. Good on you guys, thanks heaps. Rightio guys, so I've got this Lifedoo portable fire pit duvalacky thing. Clearly not something that you're going to carry on your motorcycle when you go out camping. This will be in the four-wheel drive, in the backyard, whatever you want to do. Plenty of these types around, and all varying different types and whatever. They're all pretty much the bloody same. So this is Lifedoo. You can get them. So I've been given this. That was the guys that did the SUV doorstep that I did a review on. They sent this out to me to do another review. So that's what I'm doing. They sell them on lifedoo.com for $69.99. I think if you convert that out to Australian dollars at the moment, because the Australian dollar is so shit, it's like $110 Australian to buy that through lifedoo.com. I think in the US, they have Los Angeles, they have a delivery from from Los Angeles in the US and Melbourne in Australia. This is where this came from. It was sent out from the warehouse in Melbourne. Alright, so it weighs 9.5 kilograms. I did a quick weigh on my shitty bloody bathroom scales, and pretty much the same thing. It's made out of just steel. I don't know whether it's mild steel or whatever it is, but it's 3 mil thick. What else have I got written down here? So 46 centimeters long. It's 28 centimeters wide, and they've got 12 centimeters high. Think that's it? That's it. Right, let's just get this bloody thing together. So simply 4 pieces. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to take it outside. It's getting a bit late at night time, but I thought it'd be good to get it going at night time. See how she goes. So, it looks pretty bloody simple. If I can get it the right way, that just slots there like that. Right, I should have done it like that first. Get those on first, then whack this one. Come on, Mark, it's not bloody hard. Jesus, I'll be waking the bloody neighbours up. Right, there you go. So that's it, that's done. Hey presto, beautiful. So it's got, now if you've, so obviously this is something that when it's going, if you had maybe a couple of hooks or a couple of hammers, you could actually pick this up and move it around if you needed to. But I tell you what, if you grab it from here, if you're a bit merry around the fire bloody pit and you thought you wanted to move it and you grabbed it by these handles, your whole bloody thing would fall apart. So this is all that came. There's no attachments, there's no base thing for saving your grass or whatever the hell it is. You would have to, if you were concerned about ashes and stuff dropping on and landing on the ground, you'd have to make up some type of, because I know a lot of the other fire pits, they have a base thing for it. Righto, that's it. Let's get out in the backyard, give her a fire up. Rightio. Nae's in there working away. Let's get it going. Okay, got a couple of fire lighters. Well, that's the first kind of bloody funniness, is that it's all going to kind of like lay straight on top. Not exactly the best way to build a fire. Yeah, so because it's a V like that, all the wood wants to run parallel, which makes a smothering effect on that. I'm most probably nitpicking, but obviously it's working okay. Rightio, so I'll come back to you guys. This fire's bloody, it's working, it's taken off. But I won't bore you at the minute. Don't know if you can see that, guys, but this side here is, I'm just going to whoosh that over. Well, I tell you what, guys, I'm a little bit impressed actually. I thought because there was no cut holes or air vents in there, it draws, obviously it's air through the top, but there's, because of the slit in the bottom, it's drawing the air up. So there's been very little smoke coming out of this. Yeah, there's obviously smoke, but not like a normal bloody campfire where you're getting smoked out. What are you doing, Perks? Hey, dog whinging. So far, so good. I'm going to wait till I get a bit of coal there, and I'll start chucking some bigger logs on there. And the heat's pretty bloody good. It's had a really good, like, you're getting all the heat. I can feel all the heat. And then of course up here, rightio, so while I'm waiting, I've put some little small logs on there. I'm going to have a wild turkey. This is a leftover from the ramble, so whoever on the ramble, the Bendigo ramble, was drinking wild turkey, cheers mate, thanks a lot. One of the perks to doing a ramble, there's always some grog left over. Cheers guys. Oh, that's not bad, the old wild turkey. Very similar to the Jim Beam that I like. Oh. So far I'm liking this actually. Because, I mean, just for doing this in the backyard, I could pack this up, stick it in the garage, takes up no room whatsoever. And if I want to come out and do something like this, have a few mates around or whatever, quickly pop it up and hey presto, you got a little campfire. And if I was to get a base, I mean here where we are at the moment, it doesn't matter about the coal going on the ground. But yeah, and I'm presuming because it's up off the ground, most of the, you're not going to, you know when you're at a campground and you have a big pit, and by the end of the night the coal base is just so huge. With something like this, that coal, you're not going to have a big coal base. It'll actually just go down to nothing, pretty much. So looking at this, I reckon you could cut those sides to make them a bit more like legs, like take out an oval out of that, so that you could actually lower the weight on this thing. I've actually seen, when I was doing a bit of research on them, there's one very much similar like this, but they had it more styled and they had stuff cut out. Yeah, there's the Drifter, the Snow Peak, they're really cool ones. But you know, they're pretty bloody expensive too. Matt was saying that his father-in-law works for Bendigo Sheet Metal, and they actually make these up, and you can have, they're all laser cut, and like they've got Lifedoo cut in the side, and they'll actually cut whatever name you want in there. He didn't know how much, but he said most probably around $100, but don't quote me on that, to have one made up. Righto. What are you doing, folks? Not too close. Rightio guys, so now that I've got some bigger stuff on there, and I think because the coal base has gotten bigger, what it's doing is that thin slit along the bottom is, it's blocking the airflow from coming up through it, so you're getting heaps of smoke coming off it. So while you've got little stuff in there, I reckon you'll be fine, but as soon as you start putting the bigger stuff on it, it's going to do this. This is where it'd pay for it to have a few air vents along the sides, which I can do, but it's funny that they didn't do it to start with. Rightio guys, so from a cooking point I suppose you could just stick something like that on there. You'd definitely be able to cook up some snags or a steak on that for sure. Righto. Rightio guys, so what's my take on this? It's a great little piece of kit. I think it just needs a bit of modification with some air vents. I think if we put the air vents in there, bloody ripper. And you need some type of base for the coals to drop into if you're worried about the ground underneath. Short of that, not a bad little piece of gear. Righto, back to the man cave. Okay, so now the Castlemaine Ramble, which is this weekend, is now been cancelled, obviously due to that we will not talk about here on Man Cave Tuesday. So all the guys, I've sent an email out, majority of them have responded saying that they'll hold on to the spot, won't take the refund, and then when things change, we'll then do that ramble as soon as possible, and away we go. So if you haven't got that email from me, the last few that haven't responded, respond so I know what to do. Beauty. Rightio, so now a little quick update for the crew members. I haven't done an update in regards to the moving from Patreon to the other side, because I know they monitor the posts and stuff. Like when I was doing the giveaway, they bloody contact me saying I can't put giveaway in there, which is another good reason for moving. Don't get me wrong, Patreon is really good. It's just shit about the main thing is shit about it is the whole Australian dollar being so crap against the US, and you know, for those that are paying $10, they're paying like $17 when it gets converted out, and it's just crazy. When you know, I say, you know, if you want to be a level 3 member, it's $10 and you're paying $17. It's just, I know most of you guys don't care, because I know a few people have mentioned that, but you know, things are bloody tight, money's money. You say you're going to do $10 and all of a sudden they're taking out $17 out of your thing. Anyway, rant on, Mark, you bloody idiot. So, the deal is that I've got this bloody site set up. There was a bit of a muck up thing that wasn't working, so it was a bit. Anyway, the support come back from Easter, told me just do this, and I did it, and everything is working bloody fantastic. So what I've been doing is I've created that site, got that plugin for the membership thing. That's all now working. I've signed myself up, and just so I can see that it's all work. I've got to make sure this thing works proper. I'm also moving all the geostash information and the routes and all that stuff that's on there's now been moved over. There is, I've got to check with support, but with Patreon, if you go, I want to be level 1, it's $1, but you can choose to go, no, I want to pay $2 or $3 or $4 until you get to level 2, and then you go, well, I'll pay $5 and be a level 2 and get those benefits. But on this membership program, it doesn't have the option to add extra. And I don't know if that's possible. So I'm most probably, at this stage, I'm looking at putting 5 levels in there. But anyway, I'll when I get down closer to it, I'll let you all know about that. Righto, that's it. Actually, another thing that's on the bloody cards at the moment is the merchandise that is on Teespring. I'm getting off Teespring, and I'm going with an Australian company, which is in Brisbane. They're called the Print Bar. They have really big range of stuff. I've jumped on. The whole system works so way better that what you can do with the stuff, way better than what you can do with Teespring. The prices are very much bloody comparable, if not the same. So I'll be doing an update and putting some more bloody stuff up there. So anyway, just letting you guys know what's going on. Rightio guys, well, if you've made it this far, this is Man Cave Tuesday done and dusted for another week. Hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, keep on riding. Well, just keep on keeping on.